God, I love this thing. Hello folks, and welcome. Today in this video, well, it's a rather sort of mixed emotions day because I finally say goodbye to my beloved Porsche Cayman GT4. Now, I've had this car for a while now. I bought this in November 2017 and I've owned this car for quite a bit, you know, not too long, not long enough maybe, I suppose, to some. But in terms of driving terms, I've owned it long enough. I've done everything I possibly want to do with this. I've skidded it countless times. I've dailied it. I've done a few mild road trips in it. I genuinely just love it. I love being around it. I think it's just an absolutely amazing car, and it's the perfect blend between track car and road car usability. And like I said, you know, in many videos in the past, I'm not going to bore you guys to some of the regular viewers. If there was one car to represent my driving style, it will always be Porsche GT4, the Cayman GT4 and the GT3. However, it's time to move on. It's time to try out new things. I'm not a one branded side guy. I love all sorts of different brands, and you know, me owning this car doesn't give me the leverage to move on with other cars. So this has to go in order for me to try something else different. So what has the ownership proposition been like with this car? Well, do you know what? It hasn't been too bad, to be honest. In terms of the usual running costs, fuel, insurance, monthly payments, etc., that's the expensive. But in terms of servicing or anything like that, I haven't actually had any bothers at all. The car's been absolutely reliable. It's been, you know, usable on a day-to-day basis. I just love everything about it. What makes the Cayman GT4 so special is the motor. You know, the 3.8 litre flat six. It's just a sonorous thing. It makes a fantastic noise. It's lovely. It's not a full-on GT engine, but who cares? It's just a proper motor that works with this lovely mid-engine chassis. And out of other cars that I've owned in the past, other Caymans, this is my fourth Cayman. So I've had a Cayman R, I had a Cayman GT4 before that. This one is properly special, especially when I got the car wrapped by Liquid Wraps in the Ferrari Verde Pinot Green, which I'm actually very proud of. I think it just works with this car. In fact, Verde Pinot just works really well on any car in general. So yeah, it's a stunning looking thing in my eyes. It's a lovely thing to drive. I never ever get bored of driving it. But at the same time, it's one of those cars again that it's so good, you almost feel like you want to move on and get something else. And for me, driving cars and car ownership should be different experiences. It's not about trading up in the world or trading down in the world. To some it might mean that, but to me it doesn't. So for me, it's all about trying to find a new, different experience, and that's what I'm trying to look for next. What I'm going to get, I don't know. There's so much on the table, and it won't be a new car as such. Some of you might be going to think I'm going to go for a 718 Cayman GT4. My answer is going to be no, not because I can't get a slot. I can. Just don't want another Porsche. Having said that, I am tempted by a 991.1 GT3, which is quite a cool car. I just don't want to go Porsche, if I'm very honest. Even though it's a brand I love very much and very dearly, I want to try something else different. I want to try something that I've never owned before. I don't want it to be another Merc. I don't want it to be another VW. I don't want it to be another, you know, another Audi. Although I haven't owned an Audi, I've spent a lot of time in Audis. I want it to be something different. And yeah, I think by getting rid of this and finding something else out there within the similar price point of this car, you could probably get yourself into somewhat of a supercar. It won't be brand new. It'll be the best part of 7, 8, maybe 10 years old. But then there are so many cars when I was, you know, back in school, which wasn't long ago, that I've always wanted to own. And that's the key for me this year, and that's the key for this channel. I want to buy cars that I've always wanted to own as a kid. You know, I'd done that with the C63 AMG. W204. I remember that car coming out when I was 10. I remember the episode on Top Gear when Clarkson took it to Ascari up against Hammond and May with the RS4 and the E92 M3. And I was lucky enough to own one of those, C63 6.2, performance pack with a limited slip depth. Didn't keep it long, but I done it. I got to own it, I got to have my fun in it, and I moved on. And there are so many cars out there that I want to own, and I want to do it more so than new cars, really. There's nothing wrong with new cars, but I don't think there's a particular new car in my eyes that I'd want to own, and if I could, I don't have the money for it. Not to say that I won't do in the future. I'd like to. If more of you guys watch these videos, I definitely could, and do some skids. But yeah, I think that's the main goal for me this year, is to try and find cars that I've always lusted after, 6, 7, 8 years ago, or playing them while, on Gran Turismo, that I can then now potentially own. And that's what's going to be the goal. The goal is to go out there, find a car in my eyes, appeals to me from a nostalgic point, from a driving point, from a history point too. I always love history of cars, how it was designed. I mean, like, for example, the BMW 1M, another car that one day I'd love to own. That car was pretty much designed as a parts bin special. It was a team of engineers that created the car as a weekend project, and somehow it managed to end up being in production. They made limited numbers. So I love stories about cars like that as well too. So that's probably where I'm going to go next. That's definitely where I'm going to go next. But anyway, I've sold this car. I've sold this car to a supercar dealership, or a prestige car dealership, based in near London. Their name is GVE. They specialise in all sorts of cars. They've also got a detailing place. So I'm going to drive this Cayman GT4, my final drive in the Cayman GT4, on these lovely back roads not far from GVE detailing, and just enjoy this drive, have my final goodbye with this. It's been fun, it's been a good laugh, but like I said, it's time to move on. It's time to try something different, but I'm definitely going to miss this car for sure. It's just fantastic, and if you do have the money to own one, please go out and buy one, because you'll just love it. You'll just absolutely adore it. It's good. It's a good laugh. Love it. Absolutely love it. So right then, today is finally the day I get my car delivered, and I'm down here at Dove Customs. I've been pre-excited. Shall I tell you what it is? It's a Cayman GT4. The main colour, but I'm kind of excited. I mean, look at that. That colour is Verde Pinot. It's a Ferrari colour. You find it on the 488 or the F12 TDF. And here we are then, final drive in the Cayman GT4. It's going to be a sad one. It's going to be a real sad one. I absolutely adore this car. It's definitely going to be, it is my favourite car in the entire world. However, not quite so. In terms of ownership it is, but I haven't tried many other cars. And here we are at GVE London in the detailing section, where this car is going to go up for sale. Anyway, goodbye old friend. Best of luck to whoever has you next, and hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Massive shout out to GBE London for sorting this process out. I'm also going to purchase a vehicle with them too, so yeah, keep a lookout as to the next couple of videos coming, in which case I'll reveal my new car. Until next time folks, keep it sideways and take care.